14-0. I'm not talking about a football scoreline or a hockey scoreline. That's the scoreline between India and Afghanistan in cricket. Why do I say that? Because before this game that happened today at the T20 World Cup right behind me at the Kensington Oval in Barbados, the scoreline was 13-0 across formats between India and Afghanistan in cricket. T20s, ODIs, test matches. Afghanistan had never beaten India. Unfortunately for Afghanistan, that trend continues. The Indian team absolutely hammering them. I'm not going to use the word defeated them. I'm going to use a word which is much more than a defeat, and that is a hammering, a shellacking is what the Indian team gave Afghanistan. Because look at that victory margin. Afghanistan dismissed 434, chasing 182 that the Indian team had said. That's a victory margin of 47 runs. If I was to take this T20 victory margin in test matches lingo, then it is a innings defeat, I'd have to say, because 47 runs in a T20 game is massive. Now, it could have been a tricky game for India. One, because Afghanistan plays a lot of T20 cricket. A lot of their players play T20 leagues. Also, it was a day game. It was a track that was going to help the spinners. And all things stacked against the Indian team in this tricky game, they've come out victorious. And how? Augurs well for the Indian team going forward. The Indian juggernaut continues to roll, undefeated so far in the tournament. This, I guess, was a second high pressure game after that India-Pakistan game that they had earlier in the tournament. The standout performance from the Indian team, I know you look at 3 wickets of Arshdeep Singh, a couple that Kuldeep also got, but it has to be Jasprit Bumrah. Just look at those figures. Just when you think that he can't impress you anymore, he just goes and pushes that bar a couple of steps higher. That's what Jasprit Bumrah does. That's how good he has been so far. So his figures: 4 overs, 7 runs and 3 wickets. That's an economy that is less than 2 in T20 cricket. Can you believe it? On a good batting surface. So I just have to say that he's a gift, not just for Indian cricket, but just a gift for cricket in general. But the other performer has to be the half century by Suryakumar Yadav, almost at 190 strike rate on a day when the Indian top order didn't fire. It was a close call between man of the matches. So far all the man of the match performances have gone to Indian bowlers in Bumrah and Arshdeep, and that hegemony was broken by Suryakumar Yadav. You could have gone either way. If you pick Bumrah as man of the match, no worries. If you pick Suryakumar, no worries. Both outstanding performers. But I think today, because mostly the bowlers dominated from both sides, a batter gets you a 50 from the situation that India were, and a quick fire 50 at that, with some wow shots in that. One straight 6 that he got, and 1 4 which he took the ball from right outside off to dispatch it to the square leg boundary. Outstanding knock there by Suryakumar Yadav. So I spoke to a lot of fans there. Bumrah got the edge. I think 55-45% was the ratio between Sky and Bumrah. Who would they give the man of the match to? Fans went with Jasprit Bumrah, but if you went with Sky, as the commentators panel did, no complaints at all. Good performance. The only area, or maybe the couple of areas for the Indian team to worry about even after this game, one, of course, Rocco Jodi. They haven't fired so far. Okay, US pitches weren't great. This was a good batting wicket, yet they did not fire. Rohit Sharma looked rather uncomfortable in his stay there. Virat Kohli, a 24 24, which was contribution nonetheless, but not the kind of standards that he set for himself. Should you be worried? I'm looking at this as a positive. I'm saying that look at this Indian team in a tournament where their 2 best batters haven't fired. They are undefeated. So that's the kind of bowling attack you have. That's the kind of depth you have in your batting, and that's the reason you're playing 8 batters, that even though your top 2 batters are not firing, you don't need to worry, you're still winning. So imagine when they fire too, how good can this Indian team be? And that's why I think they are a serious title contender in this tournament. Many would say that, I've been hearing a lot of fans saying push Virat Kohli at number 3 and bring Yashasvi and all that. I don't think that's happening. I think that's just the role that the Indian team has decided for Virat and Rohit. And listen, that's the complaint we used to have, right? We used to complain, big players, we give them too much responsibility. Why should big players play for more runs? Big players should also sacrifice their wickets, play aggressive cricket. Now, that's the responsibility that's been given to Rohit and Virat, where they will have to play attacking cricket. Yes, they haven't got run, but they will play that kind of cricket because you want to give responsibility to everyone else. I think the mindset is for the Indian team that has been decided by Captain Rohit and Rahul Dravid, keep on attacking. Doesn't matter how big a name you are, don't look to bat through the inning, keep attacking. If you're out, no problem, others will manage. Exactly what happened in today's game, and I think this is a template. This is a perfect game to probably look at the kind of template that the Indian team is playing today. Hardik Pandya, Suryakumar Yadav did well. Tomorrow it could be a Rishabh Pant or a Dubey who does well, or a Akshar or a Sky who does well. You know, anyone could. So I think that's the mindset that the Indian team is going with, that in T20 cricket, 1 or 2 batters have to fire, and that is good enough. And we've got 8 batters, 1 or 2 will definitely fire on some days. Right now, Rohit and Virat haven't fired. Maybe they fire in the future, and it just balances things out. The other question mark of the weak area is Shivam Dube, will he continue to bat there? I think yes, those are valid concerns, but because India has won, and when you win, you tend to give a longer rope to players that haven't performed, and I think this winning run is going to favor the Indian team and will allow Shivam Dube a longer rope, where if you had been losing, probably you would have dropped him now and looked for an alternative, but because you won, I don't think the Indian team will immediately do this. Maybe another game or 2, if it doesn't fire, then you're looking at a replacement for Shivam Dube. So that's how the Indian team did against Afghanistan. Right now they need to win another game and pretty much guarantee themselves a spot in the semi-final. Up next is going to be Bangladesh. Quite often Bangladesh have proved tricky for India, but those are on spin-friendly conditions. We were thinking Antigua is going to be spin-friendly, but what we're getting to here and what we saw in the game that the USA team played versus South Africa, it's a good batting pitch. Even during daytime when India would be playing, a good batting pitch I think suits India more than Bangladesh. So India looking all set for another semi-final berth. What happens after that? Well, we'll talk about that when we get there, because that's been a problem area for the Indian team. For the moment, enjoy and soak in the victory of the Indian team versus Afghanistan. Great start to the Super 8 stage. Nikhil Naz signing off from the Kensington Oval. Please subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already for these kind of videos that we're sending to you right from ground zero, and give us a like if you enjoy our content. Please do that. Take care. Bye bye.